The next tutorial is going to focus on text and how to use text on a page. It will also result in your first active board style activity, which will kind of be an interactive thing you can use with your students. It's really been a successful activity or strategy in my room. And you've maybe have used it before, but the active board really brings it to life. Now, most of the time that you're working with Inspire and you're going to be adding text, you'll probably be doing it from the computer, and most likely from home. If I was ever at the board and I wanted to add text, I would probably walk over to my computer to do it. So for example, one little trick here is even though my cursor is out and I want to type, if I'm near my keyboard, all I have to do is start typing and the words will just start appearing wherever the cursor is located. Now what I'm going to do here is just to quickly show you, obviously you can change your font up here and you can change the size here, and there's all these other functions which are very similar to things that you've seen in any email or word processing program. There's one addition here is color. I'm just going to change this to white for right now, and I'll talk about the rest in a moment. So for example, just to recap, if my cursor is down here in the bottom right and I just start typing here, you can see that the letters appear. It looks like there might be a little glitch where because I changed it to white, the default color is probably black, and so there's a little glitch there. So if I wanted to fix that, I could actually just take the fill bucket, select white, and change the colors like that. So remember, there's lots of different ways to do anything. If I want to change this one up here to orange, I can take the fill tool and change it to orange. Now another thing you can do is you can actually choose the text tool from the toolbar, and when you do that you'll see that it opens up here. Now if I want to type something here, and let's say I'm going to make a slightly larger text box, I can even choose bullet points, and I can choose example 1, example 2, example 3. Now this is kind of the way maybe the PowerPoint mode of doing things. What you'll realize here is that all of these texts are grouped together while these are independent. They're just one word. So for example, this doesn't allow you to move example 1 from example 2 from example 3. They're all grouped together. So what I might actually do is select this and make it its own text box. So I'm just going to copy this, and then I am going to paste it here, and now you can see that it is its own text box. And I just did that using keyboard shortcuts, but you could just copy it and put it into its own text box as practice. So now instead of having the things grouped together, you have the ability to move them separately, which is kind of an important distinction with the active board. Sometimes it's nice to have these things move freely. And again, if I want to change the color, I can just go to the fill tool and change it like this. Oops. Change the background back. So that is a quick overview of the differences between having a bunch of text grouped together like this versus separating out some of the text so that you have the ability to move it separately. And this will become important in a moment. It is worth noting, just to show you, that if you are at the board, you can actually access an on-screen keyboard. So for example, I want to edit something. I realize that there's a mistake here with example 4. So if I just select this, and actually if I double click it, what comes up is the text editing. What I can do is, while I'm at the board, is I can actually bring up the on-screen keyboard. And when I do that, It looks like it's still in a preliminary rough draft. It usually looks a little bit better. But basically what you could do is you could actually hit the backspace button to delete that. And then I could go to 3 to add it, get rid of the keyboard, and then move on. So you could even type in a web address or something like that, but usually it's quicker to go to your keyboard to do that.